Hey guys, it's Kaylee of Kaylee Plans, and today I am going to be shooting my July book wrap-up and sharing with you the 5 books that I read for the month of July and my review on them, so stay tuned. Okay, so jumping into my little book insert here in my planner, we'll go ahead and get started, I guess, with the bottom of the barrel book, and I would say it is like my lowest rated book of the month, and that was the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. And I don't know, I mean, I had a lot of issues with this book. I felt like it was not anything. It's not anything that it says that it is, even in the title. Let's start with that. But it was also problematic, and like, I know that the author was trying to like address some of these issues, but it was done in poor taste. It was not done eloquently, I will say. I also had issues with like the children aspect of it. I feel like this book could have been just as impactful if it only focused on adults. I don't feel like there needed to be the child aspect of it. But again, this author was trying to address certain topics. For me, it was a miss. As a person of color, it was a miss. I should say that my official rating of this book was 2 stars, since for me personally, a book will only get 1 star if I DNF it, which is do not finish it. I did finish this book mostly just to see like how it was gonna end, and even that was disappointing. But I did actually finish it, so for that reason it does get 2 stars for me. Okay, moving on to some better ratings. We have the next book that I read for the month of July, and that was Heartstopper. And this book I saw, I think Hannah recommend on her channel for a graphic novel, and I've never read a graphic novel before, to be completely honest, and I loved this book. I gave it 4 stars. I mean, I would give it maybe 4.5 stars. I thought the story was great, obviously a little predictable, but you know, that's not why I came here. That's not why I came here. You know, I wanted to read a good story. I loved the illustrations, and like they just like really like helped like bring the feelings to life, you know. And so yeah, it was really cool to read a graphic novel. And I gave it, 4.5 stars, I would say, and I'm excited. I want to watch the Netflix series, but I want to finish all 4 books, so I'm actually reading the 4th book in the series now, so I think that's the last one, and then I can watch the Netflix series. Okay, so on the same thread, Heartstopper Volume 2 by Alice Oseman? I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing names. But yeah, Heartstopper Volume 2, again, I gave it 4 stars. I thought that, you know, I really liked it. Was world building, I guess, on their little world and their lives and the characters and everything like that. I feel like book number 2 really helps you like understand the characters more and get to know them a little bit better and things like that. Okay, the next book on my list was Book Lovers by Emily Henry, and I actually really enjoyed this book. I find a lot of rom-com to be a little bit corny, and this one was to an extent, but like that's the point, you know? And so that was like the point. Gave me like Gilmore Girls vibes, but you know, one of the things that I will say about this book that for me personally took away from it, and I know for some people it helps, but I found it to be like very like wordy and like, you know, trying to like evoke emotion out of you, but like, okay, I think I found an example. Outside we wander across the meadow, our hands catching and holding. It's been years since I've held anyone's hand other than Libby's or Bay's or Tala's. It makes me feel young, but not in a bad way. less like I'm powerless in an uncaring world and more like everything is new, shiny, undiscovered. The way Mom saw New York. That's how I see Charlie. Like, okay, like, yes, like, I get it. You're really trying to, like, evoke the emotion there. But it's like, she says, like, it's been years since I've held anyone's hand besides my sister or my nieces. It makes me feel young, but not in a bad way. I'm powerless, caring, you know, like all these things. Like, I feel like we could have just gotten one of those sentences and the impact still would have been there. And so it's like a lot of that. Like, it's a lot of just like, I looked into his caramel eyes and I could fall into them like pools of honey. And also, like, another sentence to describe caramel eyes. Like, we get that his eyes are caramel. Let me get to the good part. Or, like, the spicy scenes, I was like, oh, yeah, we're doing it now. Oh, no, we haven't started yet. Okay, yeah, we're doing it now. Oh, okay, no, wait, we haven't started yet. And it was just, like, so much because it was, like, a lot of, like, repetition of, like, the same sentence. You, like, kept feeling like, oh, they were about to finally do something, and then, like, nothing would happen, like, you know. And obviously that's part of, like, the climax building. But we also could have gotten, like, 2 less of those scenes. And, like, again, the impact, I feel like, still would have been there. Like, I'm, like, a really impatient reader. And so, like, a lot of it felt really redundant to me. And I felt like it could have been just as good with, like, half as many pages and, like, less of, like, the repetition, I guess. But I still gave this book, like, 4 or 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I love the sister aspect. I love the parent aspect. I love the like, communal aspect, the love aspect. It was all good for me. I really did like it. It was just that I was impatient. I was like, I found myself literally, like, skimming entire paragraphs. But other than that, I really, really did. I did like it, but it was just a little wordy for me. Okay, and then the last book on my list was Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. And this book, 5 stars, first of all. This was my only 5-star read for the month of July. And it's just like a book about real life. You know what I mean? So, like, the family part of it, the friend part of it, the work part of it, like, everything was so real and, like, I can't even describe it, but, like, the book was so good. The writing was so good. It was very, like, concise, to the point, impactful writing. I gave it 5 stars. I laughed, I cried. It was all good for me. I highly recommend this book. Okay, guys, and those are the 5 books that I read for the month of July. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to be part of the family, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.